We watched him holding the Premiership Cup aloft in triumph in front of 100,000 people on Grand Final day last year, yet he was gone 3 days later. Welcome, Brent Guerra. Interesting exit from the game.
Yeah, it was. It was a long career, 14 years. I thought to myself during the week, if we can win this premiership, I thought it'd be time to hang the boots up, and we're lucky enough to get that grand final and that premiership win. And it was just time for me to hang them up. The body wasn't feeling great. It never does at the end of a footy season, but I just knew it was time. I'd spoken to a few people about it, and they all agreed with me.
So you went to the MCG grand final day knowing it was the last one?
If we had won the grand final, I'm not sure if we had lost what would have happened, but I walked away knowing that it was time.
What does that moment mean to you, mate?
Oh, it's a great moment in my football career.
A grade or the greatest?
It'd be the greatest, I think. Standing up in front of the boys, in front of the cheer squad, just holding that cup was something I'll never forget, and it ended a good career and to win a flag.
So is it a feature wall at home, that photo?
It will go up. I think I'll have to blow it up. It's something I'll have forever.
Now, you've got three mates from Hawthorn who are all born in the same year as you, and you'll know who they are, Mitchell, Burgoyne and Lake.
Yep.
They're all playing on. 31 when you retired. Do you ever think now that it might have been a premature decision?
No, not at all. I probably could have gone on, but I really didn't want to finish playing my career at Box Hill. No disrespect to Box Hill, but I really wanted to finish my career on a good note, and I didn't want to have to slug it out each week playing at Box Hill. We had a few players coming back in Suckling and Shoemakers, and I thought I may have played 10 games in the seniors, but I wonder if I was going to play, I would like to have played all year. But I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, so I thought it was time to pull the pin.
So the new season started. Any pangs of regret?
Not at all. It's definitely hard watching the guys out there training. Well, it's not hard watching them run, but now the games are here, it's going to be hard watching the guys, your best mates, running around. But at the same time, I'm still involved in football with Deer Park, and still being able to coach at Hawthorn. So I'm still involved in football, and but at the same time, it will be tough, but I'll be fine.
Been an interesting journey for you, hasn't it? Boy from Barham Kundrook, drafted by Port Adelaide.
Yep.
4 years there?
4 years at Port Adelaide, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't end on a good note, though, did it?
No, it didn't. It started well. It didn't end well. I probably got caught up in the nightlife a little bit too much in Adelaide. As a young country kid going to a bigger city and not knowing anyone, the first thing you do is go out and have a drink with the guys, and I probably did that a bit too much in the end.
There's the young Guerra at Port Adelaide.
Well, I'm glad I've seen that one.
So you've gone over to Port Adelaide. You played your first game the day before your 18th birthday, and you're gone 4 years later. Now, the story, correct me if I'm wrong here. Matty Primus called the boys together in 2003 after a win in the finals and said, no late nights, no going out, no grog. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you and Nick Stevens decided to exempt yourself from that rule.
Yeah, Nick and myself went out for dinner that night and ended up having a few drinks and probably out a little bit too late. I think it was around 12 after that final against Sydney, and got to the club on the Monday and it got back to the club, and we had a meeting about it, and we definitely weren't in the good books. No.
So who drove that? Again, this is my understanding, the players said that you'd broken the faith of the group and that you needed to go. Is that how it unfolded?
No, I don't think. The players drove the conversation and the meeting, and we knew we were in the wrong. There was a rule set, and we broke that rule. But at the same time, Nick and I didn't mind a drink, and like I said, it was the wrong thing to do. But we ended up leaving at the end of that year.
Was it an overreaction of theirs, do you think, in retrospect?
Not at all. Not at all. You put rules in place at football clubs, and you need to stand by those rules to be successful. And we weren't able to do that, and we both asked for a trade at the end of that year.
You both asked for a trade, or they said they were going to trade you?
Well, I'm not sure how Nick's situation panned out, but I was called into Choco's office and he said, "What do you want to do, mate?" And I said, "I think it's in my best interest to go back home to Melbourne." And he totally agreed with that. It ended on a good note, but at the same time, we both made our decision and I was off.
2004, 12 months later. I don't know whether you were at the MCG on grand final day, but your old team, your first AFL club, wins the flag. How did you feel then?
I wasn't at the MCG. I was actually sitting in a pub watching the game, but it definitely hurt watching those guys run around. They were your teammates for the last 4 years. Definitely hard watching those guys, and but to their credit, they were a great side, not only for that year but previous years as well, where they could have won another flag, and they played great on the day and ended up getting their flag, which was great for them.
When you were a kid growing up, you told me before that you didn't drink much as a kid at all. Do football clubs look after kids from interstate well enough? You've gone to Adelaide, no parental supervision, and then you started getting into that cycle of sort of perhaps drinking more grog than you should have.
I think over the years the game's changed, and clubs are more aware of it now. Or over the last 5-6 years, clubs have been fantastic at it. I think when I started, it wasn't great. We were sort of allowed to do our own thing.
Were you billeted when you went to Adelaide?
Yeah, I stayed with a lady for a year, which was okay. But then I decided to get out and want to live with the boys because it was hard living with a host family and trying to have that relationship with the guys as well. So I thought it was a good idea to move out with the boys.
And was it a good idea?
Probably not. Probably not. All young fellas, 18 to 20-year-olds, living in. There was 3 of us living in the one house, and probably got caught up in it at times, and probably me more.
Were they Port Adelaide teammates, or were they
Port Adelaide teammates? Yes. Yeah.
Was Nick one of them, Nick Stevens?
No, he wasn't.
No.
He was a good friend of mine, obviously, but Nick wasn't living in that house.
We're all fascinated by Mark Williams, the coach. You had 4 years with him. Tell us a bit about him. You've played under a lot of coaches. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Choco's a great coach. I think he's the kind of bloke, if you do wrong by him, he'll do wrong by you as well. But he was great for that group. He was a great coach. He could communicate well with his players. We didn't get on that well because of me going out a bit too much, but he was great for that football club, and it's the reason why they won the flag in 2004.
You come back to Melbourne after the Port Adelaide stay and pick St Kilda. Why?
Matty Rendell was there, and he'd been at Port Adelaide, and my managing group had spoken to those guys, and I thought that was the best fit for me. It was a Melbourne-based club, and that's where I want to be, in Melbourne. And I was lucky enough to be able to find a Melbourne club, and at the time St Kilda were a good team, and we probably could have won a few flags over those 2004 and 2005, but weren't able to do that.
Why? What do you think was missing in the makeup at St Kilda?
I think at the time, if we had a better game plan at the time, we had a great group of players, great coaching staff, but I just think we needed that set game plan.
Tomo's not going to like that. Grant Thomas, is he?
I'm not too sure. Probably not. But now I look back on it, that's probably the thing I look back on and really see that would have made the difference.
What was the flaw in the game plan?
To be honest, I can't even remember what the game plan... I can't remember that far back, but I just think we had a great group of players, right from the first player to the 25th player at the club. But we just come up against sides that need good game plans in finals, and I think that showed.
You were a small forward then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
You and Milne, were you competing for the same spot?
At the start, we worked well together, but then over the journey, I was playing inconsistent football, and Milne, to his credit, he continued his form. He's probably one of the best small forwards that's played the game. And it come to 2004 was my better season at St Kilda, but 2005 I sort of tapered out, and at the end of that year I got delisted.
So you delisted at 23, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played 90 odd games for Port Adelaide and St Kilda.
Yep.
And you're notionally on the scrap heap. Was it as bleak as that?
It was, yeah. Always said to myself I'd love to play 100 games, and at one stage I thought I was. but probably got ahead of myself a little bit and realised that to play this game and to play 100 games, you really need to live an elite lifestyle, which I probably didn't do in my earlier days.
Were you wild at St Kilda?
Yeah, I probably was as well, because I come back to Melbourne and where most of my friends were and family were close by, and I didn't pull my head in until I realised at the end of that delisting that if I'm going to get picked up by another club, I really need to pull my head in.
So the delisting or the problems at Port Adelaide, did that not convince you that you needed to be a bit more serious about your disciplines?
It did, but I wasn't strong enough to follow those through. It was only till I had that meeting with Clarko, and he said that I really need to pull my finger out if I want to be at this club, and he's only going to give me one opportunity. And it really hit home at that stage that I needed to do that. And 8 years on, I've played in 2 flags and 250 odd games.
Geez, weren't you lucky that when you were in Adelaide and the affiliated club with Port Adelaide was Central District and Alistair Clarkson coached them? I mean, that you must think you're blessed that because that was where the link started with Clarko, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. 2001. He also coached in 2002. But to win a flag with him, I played down back, and that's where I played at Hawthorn as well. And I think he really liked that. And I was just lucky enough that he gave me the opportunity to have another crack at it.
So at the end of 05, you were headed for the scrap heap, weren't you? And then where was the contact? Did you initiate it, or did it come from Clarko?
I got a call from Clarko saying that see if I wanted to catch up for coffee. He basically said, mate, we're going to give you an opportunity, but we're only going to give you one opportunity. And if you stuff up here, you're straight out. And I knew at the time that if I wanted to continue playing AFL football, and I love playing football, I needed to pull my finger out, and I definitely did that.
That was the moment the penny dropped?
Yeah.
What happened with the grog? I mean, did you swear off it, or did you just
No, not at all. Not at all. I still love the beer in the 8 years that I was at Hawthorn, and it was just picking the right time to do it.
When you went to Hawthorn, you took a new look too, didn't you? I mean, you'd left St Kilda with, I know this is a sensitive issue,
That's okay.
but with your hair.
Yep.
And it changed when you went to Hawthorn, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I was 23, and every time I used to look up at the screen, I was receding hairline, and I didn't like that, so I went and did something about it, and I probably look younger now than what I was at 23.
Yeah, I reckon you do. Yeah.
So it's something I'm so happy that I did at the time.
Yeah. Did it ever prompt any sledging on the field, or did any of the blokes you were playing against try to dislodge it?
No, not at all. It's just one of those things that players are out there to play football.
Yep. But sledging happens out there.
There's always
if
sledging.
There's a weakness, I mean, if there's a sensitivity, they're going to exploit it, aren't they?
Well, exactly. But I never really had that problem. It was more when I go pick the football up from the goal square and you've got the Collingwood cheer squad or the Essendon cheer squad absolutely giving it to you. So that's the time that you hear it. But apart from that, there was no real sledging.
The 04 preliminary final, Brent, you're playing with St Kilda.
Yep.
The Saints are 6 points down, 29 minutes into the last quarter. The ball's loose in the goal square and you're over it. Pick it up from there.
The ball come in, 6 points down, like you said, and the ball's gone over the back of the pack, and I was at the back of the pack. And I went to soccer the ball off the ground, and my ex-teammate at 2 clubs, my ex-teammate and Shawnee Burgoyne come across and smothered it, and definitely saved that goal. Something that I've copped a lot over the years about.
I want to take you back to the early part of that game. Big Fraser's on fire in front of goal for the Saints.
Yep.
He kicked 5 early, didn't he?
Yeah.
One of which was his 100th goal.
Yep.
The crowd invades Footy Park, and you seem to lose your momentum.
Yeah, we did. I'm not too sure what we're up by. That happened 10, 15 minutes, everyone was on the ground and it sort of swung momentum. It was a credit to Port Adelaide that they were able to fight back and put themselves in front and win that game.
Is it true that the throng, the St Kilda supporters that invaded the ground, was headed by Stevie Baker's dad?
Yeah, I think
that is right, isn't it?
Yeah, Greggy, he was out in the ground at some stage, and I think he was one of the first out there. So
Coming up next, Grand Final Day 2008. Doing the research on you and your play, you know that you're in the top 60 players in Hawthorn's history with your 155 games?
I didn't know that, but...
I mean, that's something to be proud of. A bloke at his third club to end up in the top 60 in the history of that footy club.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, after that delisting at St Kilda, I didn't know where my career was headed. But I was able to fight on and I was just lucky Hawthorn had been such a successful team over the 8 years that I was able to hold my spot on the list and play in 2 flags.
You're a beautiful kick of the footy, there's no doubt about that. What made you the player that you became? I mean, a player who's played in 2 premierships and 4 preliminary finals. It's not just your left foot, but how do you appraise yourself as a league footballer?
Well, I had to be good at something. I wasn't quick and I couldn't run all day, so I had to make something a standout. And I took pride in my skills. I used to always get out with my brother, as most AFL footballers do, either with their brother or their dad, and just to continue to practice. And over the years, I continue to do that. And yeah, I took pride in my skills, that's for sure.
The other thing that you did very well, and your teammates would point this out more than most, when you hit people, you hurt them, didn't you?
I did at the time, yeah.
Was that a practiced art, or is that just, again, something that just came natural?
I think it comes naturally. You look at Byron Pickett as well. He did it very well, and it's just all about the timing and sometimes where you hit them. So, it's something that I had to change over my career. Otherwise, I would have missed a lot more games.
Yeah. Well, there was one, I remember a game when Cameron Bruce, who's now a coaching assistant of yours at Hawthorn, was flying. I think he got 3 best on grounds in the first 3 rounds.
Yep.
And you decided to end that run. You wrapped him up in the big bear hug.
Yep.
Now, my memory was then you dumped him. Not so?
No, not so.
You broke his... Anyway, you got a broken collarbone,
Broke his collarbone, yeah. To this day, we still have a laugh about it. But
a laugh? He wasn't laughing at the time.
He wasn't laughing at the time, but it was just one of those tackles where I was coming forward and he had the ball, and my momentum brought him forward, and it was just one of those unlucky...
And you accidentally fell on him?
Well, I didn't accidentally fall on him, but it was just a good tackle.
Yeah.
And he has very fragile collarbones. But it was just one of those things that happens in football.
2 other blokes' famous hits, I reckon. Cameron Ling.
Yep.
Was that as good as you delivered?
It was one of the good ones in the NAB Cup Grand Final.
Yep.
Or Wizard Cup at the time. And yeah, I just come off the line. Lingy grabbed the ball and I put myself in a position where...
So you came off the line with him in your sights, or was it just whoever got the footy was going to run into you?
I never come off the line thinking I'm going to run through this bloke. If someone was there that was in a position to do it, I would do it at the time. And Lingy put himself in that position. So I ended up getting done for 3 weeks for that hit.
Was that fair?
Yeah, it was. It was fair.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the hit, I'm talking about the penalty.
I think it was, yeah. Yep.
Sean Hart up at the Gabba?
Yeah, that was a fair hit. I'd come through, grabbed the ball, and Sean Hart was there. He's a small fella, Sean Hart, and just got him in a... He tried tackling and I kept running through, and I think his helmet turned right around. He couldn't see, but...
So there was a bit of power in that 85 kg
Oh, there's
frame?
a bit more than 85. It was 90
You played
kilos.
at 90?
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
5'11".
Yeah, so it's pretty compact, isn't it? It's like Byron Pickett's a good comparison.
Well, he's the same. He's...
There's one other one, Brent, that none of us are sure what happened. Game at the MCG, big crowd in. Hawthorn are playing Geelong. Let's have a look up here, mate. You and Joel Selwood tangle. And you're down. You're obviously not happy with the Geelong skipper. What happened then?
Well, Joel and I were just having a bit of push and shove on the wing and
off the ball.
Off the ball, yeah, as you do. You try. I was trying to stop him from running down the field, and we'll push and shove, and he's pushed me back and slipped off the shoulder and ended up hitting me in the side of the ear, which busted the eardrum. So, and I don't know if you've ever busted an eardrum,
no,
but
I haven't.
You just lose your balance at times, and
Does it hurt?
It does it does a little bit. Yeah.
So you're sort of saying, as you do, the player code, he just pushed and his arms slipped up. Did he punch you?
He didn't punch me.
He
no.
didn't punch you. So
to be honest, all he did was he probably did exactly the same as what I was doing to him. Mm-hmm. But his push just come off my shoulder and
you got 4 weeks for that.
Did he get 4?
Yeah. And you obviously weren't happy because you looked for him on the way off the ground. You got a busted eardrum, and you still wanted to make contact with him.
Yeah, I think most players would too. Like I was pushing him, he wanted to push me back, and I was the same after he'd done that.
2008 grand final. Broad view is the Hawks pinched it. Did you go into that game, notwithstanding the fact that players always are hopeful that they'll win the game of footy, did you think you were as good as Geelong that day?
No doubt.
Before the game?
No doubt about it. We go into every game thinking we're going to win. And we had a great game plan. I think Clarko brought in his full man or 18-man press that year, and side struggled with it. And we were able to maintain that all year. And footy's a funny game. Some games you're in it right to the end, and other games you're not. But we were able to stay in it right up until, or have the lead at three-quarter time and continue to play good footy and win that grand final.
How significant was that tactic of conceding the point to get the ball to you so that you could kick it back in and then you could sort of counter-attack from back there? It was clearly a strategic plan, wasn't it?
It was never a plan, no.
It wasn't?
No, not at all.
So you blokes chose to rush the behinds?
We chose to rush the behinds, yeah. At the time, you're under pressure. Why not put it through the points and start again? Obviously, you're giving those at Geelong a point, but at the time, we thought it was a great...
So that was spontaneous. There was no instruction.
No instruction whatsoever.
If you're ever under any pressure, push it through, and Goo will come on and kick it into someone and we'll go the other way.
Not at all. We may as well have gone from a kick that we're going to be under pressure by keeping it inside the goals, or let everyone set up and try transition it down to our end.
But I reckon you deliberately rushed 8 from memory, 8 behinds that time.
No doubt about it. I deliberately did it, for a reason. So we could regroup and set up.
You didn't think you'd run it past the coach, that idea of just conceding all these points?
Well, if we had lost by 6 or 7 points, he may have not have been happy, but at the time I thought it was a good idea and it worked in the end.
Now, the aesthetics of the game are of no interest to you when you're playing because all you've got to do is win. But did the AFL make the right decision in saying we can't have a repeat of that because it's too negative?
I think it was a great rule they brought in. I'm glad they did it after 2008. But it keeps the game flowing and it looks good for the game. 2012,
there's a break-in at your home. I don't know what was taken, but I know that medals were taken. The 2008 Premiership medal.
Yep.
And 2 or 3 from your South Australian SANFL career.
Yeah. That happened after round 22. The house got broken into, like you said, and the medals, the AFL medal from 2008 and 3 Premiership medals from Central Districts.
You played 3 at Central Districts?
Yeah, 2000, 2001, 2003. Wow. So the 4 of those medals got stolen, and a guy that does a street sweeping seen a little purse in the street, picked it up, and my medals happened to be in there. So I got the phone call the week later to say that they'd found my medals, and it was fantastic that I could get them back. 2012, mate, you missed the finals with a hamstring. Nearly made it back for the granny. Is that true? No. Probably a week or 2 away from the grand final.
Okay. There you are. That'll cause you even more pain now to see that. But there are some experienced people at Hawthorn that believe, had you played in 2012, that you could have beaten the Swans. What was it like watching that day and knowing that you could have been out there and making a difference? It was definitely really hard. But watching the whole final series was really tough. The Adelaide and the prelim looked like the boys were going to go down at one stage, but they fought back well. And then not knowing whether I could get up and play in the grand final, I did everything possible to get up and play, but in the end, I didn't feel right. And your call? Yeah, it was my call, Clarko's call, and Andrew Russell's call as well. So it was just one of those things. Hamstrings
Well, Ben McGlynn was in the same position. Hamstrings are pretty easy to do, especially coming off one. So I just didn't want to put myself in a position where I ran out there and retore it in the first 10 minutes.
How close? Did you think you were 90%, or did you think there was just
80, 90%.
It's not enough, is it?
It's not enough, no.
2013 grand final day. Did you know that your mate Big Bud was playing his last game for Hawthorn?
No. Obviously, there was rumours, and it was in the paper nearly every second day. But he was going to make that decision after the grand final, and he did. And
no, he wasn't.
Well, he'd obviously made it before. Yeah, he made it before, but made a decision to tell the guys, which we didn't know, and yeah.
Did you think, though, your gut feel, you knew you were finished because it was your decision?
My gut feel changed about five or six times.
Did it?
Sometimes I thought he was staying, sometimes I thought he was going. So in the end, I thought he was going, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Now, I know you still got an affiliation with Hawthorn. I hope this is not too political. Did he make the right call, given it's locked his future away for 9 years and assured his financial future forever? Right call?
It's a lot of money.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Had he sought your counsel, what would you have said?
What would I have said?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one. The boys would love Bud to be still around, but at the same time, you need to set yourself up as well, and $10 million is that's a lot of money.
Buy some property up in Central Victoria, wouldn't it?
Exactly right. You probably won't have to work again. So,
It's been a great career, mate. You're entitled to be really proud of it. The 2 flags, the 3 clubs, learning your lessons along the way, and I love the clean exit. I mean, just a hero on grand final day and gone a couple of days later. So well played and good luck for the future.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
This has been a Fox Footy production for Fox Sports.